Alright, this is Jonathan Ober with a PCAD week 5 or 6 video, week 6 video on advanced custom fields. I'm going to go ahead and go right through my tutorial, assuming you came to class and learned about advanced custom fields, and we talked about it, we reviewed it, but I just want to have this step-by-step tutorial so that you can go back to it again. So the first thing you want to do is in your plugins, go ahead to add new and download advanced custom fields. So if you don't have it and you go to add new, do a search for advanced custom fields with a D on the end there, advanced custom fields, and just download this, install it, and activate it. Once it's running, you'll see this custom fields area over here. I'll come back to that in a little bit, but the first thing that I want to do is we're going to create an empty page template using that web mechanics method. So again, make sure you're on your child theme, go to your header, and you want to run, I already have it here, you want to run this script at the top, making sure that this matches the equal sign information here, and then this, I think for this example I'm just going to call it ACF, Advanced Custom Fields, and I'm going to go ahead and update. So just add that code in, make sure it matches your template name and then whatever empty page you want to create. I'm going to go ahead and refresh my home page twice so that that script runs. And if I refresh this page on the appearance editor, you'll see ACF is now here as a page. So right now I can't do anything with that, but I'm going to go into page, and I'm going to copy that information. Just double check here. I believe that's all I did. Yep. Copy that information, and I'm going to pull it into my ACF area. Go ahead and update file. And I need to do a few things here. I need to create this as a template. So I'm going to go ahead and name this template ACF and update that file. I'm going to go ahead and create a new page. So pages, add new. I'm just going to call this ACF. Okay, so let's say that for this template, what we're going to do in our custom fields, let's say we want to make a recipe page template. So when you're looking at recipes, you know, there's a couple of different information you want to look for. So let's go ahead and add a new custom field group, and we're just going to call this recipes. And since I already created my page template, I can come in here and reference that page template is equal to ACF. Okay. A couple other settings down here. I want to turn off a few of these things just so it doesn't get in my way and disrupt what I'm doing. And we're going to go ahead and start adding our fields. So we can use our title, which is going to be the name of our recipe. The next thing we want to do is going to be ingredients, and we're going to use the WYSIWYG editor for that. The next thing we want to do is, actually, you know what, since I am not a big cook person, let's just real quick open up a recipe website and see kind of how they organize things. Okay. All right. So let's just look at this enchiladas. All right. So they have a short description. So let's pull that short description up to underneath our title. So title, description. I had paused for a second. My daughter had come in the room and was crying. All right, so let's look back at that. Okay, so did a title, made that a text field. We do want to require that because you don't want to have a recipe without a title. Okay. Description, we can require that or not. I'm just not going to require it. I'm going to allow them to be able to upload an image so we can leave the media buttons on. Ingredients, that'll be a WYSIWYG as well. You do want to require ingredients. And we don't want any images in the ingredients, okay? So let's look here. Ingredients, and then directions. So let's add another field here for directions. And that's going to be the WYSIWYG as well. And let's do tips. And that can be WYSIWYG. And you know what? Let's do, I saw here they had these little prep time, cook time, and ready to eat. So let's do prep time, and we'll do these as numbers. Okay. Cooking time, so it was prep, cook, and ready in. Number. And ready in. We'll do that as a number as well. Yeah, looks pretty good. Maybe we can also do servings. And a number. Okay. And we did not require those. So let's go back, and tips are not required, directions are required, ingredients are required. Okay, so let's scroll back down. Prep time is required, cooking time is required, and the ready time. Okay, so I'm back. I had to put the girls to bed, but here's the servings. Those are required, so we have a couple required fields. Again, you just want to make sure you choose your page template is equal to ACF or whatever you named your new template. Going to hit publish. And at this point, once these are published, this just saves this custom field group. And if I come here and I go to page, add a new page here, you can see once I'm ready to do a recipe, so let's do a recipe here. Let's do this ground beef enchiladas. Okay, so ground beef enchiladas. So you see now we have all this title, description, ingredients, directions, tips, prep time, cook time, servings, all of that. So what I'm going to do real quick is just copy down some information from this and just kind of place it where things need to go. This is the ingredients list. I'll have to clean this up a little bit, this bulleted list. The directions. Oh, not there. Here. Directions. tips. Yeah. And then let's see. It was 55 minutes, 6 servings. 15, 40, 55. 15, 40, 55, and serving of 6. Okay. So let's clean some of this up. I don't really need the picture. Okay, I got this bolded list here. Okay, so put the ingredients, directions. So let's go ahead and hit update. I just wanted to save that page title. Okay, so if I go to view page, well, the only thing that's going to show is this title. So what we need to do is we need to incorporate our template here of our recipe field groups into a way that makes sense in our WordPress template. So back in our template now, appearance editor, make sure you're on your child theme, and I'm on my ACF template. Yours might be called something else. You just want to come in here and you want to get rid of all of this information here. This is the loop that brings in the post editor. First thing we need to do is some HTML, so we're going to do article and article, and within that we want to do a div, I think it's a class, entry content. Okay. And then what we're going to do is just bring in our advanced custom fields. So I'm going to bring in the field, and all of these are going to look very similar. Okay. So I'm going to bring in this field, and this one's going to be my title. So for my title, I want to draw attention to that. That's going to be wrapped in an H2. And then my description, since that uses the WYSIWYG editor, that's going to use the paragraph and whatever styles I give in there. And then we're going to have our ingredients. Now I want to make sure that these all have some intro. So let's do description, and we'll put a line after that. So let's do a little HR, and then we'll do another H3, and this will be ingredients. And then this will be our so we have our description, ingredients, directions. And oh, I forgot my HR here. Sorry about that. It's just a little horizontal rule line. That's what that is. Our tips, and you know what, tips will make, this is not as strong of a heading, so we'll make that an H4. So if we have any tips, And then one of the things I was thinking of is that prep time and all that. That's something that actually might sound better up here. So I'm gonna put those here. But what I want to do, I want those to just all be kind of on their own line. So instead of wrapping them in a div, I'm going to wrap them, or an H3 or anything like that, I'm just going to wrap them in a span. Because then spans basically just go boom, 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 one after the other. So let's go ahead and do prep underscore time, and then maybe what we'll do is we'll separate those by a horizontal armbar. So that's my prep time. We'll go cooking time, and ready in, ready underscore in, and servings. And then we want to close that span. And we'll give that an HR. Okay. Let's go ahead and update. And hopefully we did everything correctly, and all of our fields will show up. Alright, so you notice that white box went away. The one thing I was wondering was how my page content actually looked. So if I go into, see, I don't have that template in here. So let's go into here, and we had that content page, which the original page.php was bringing in, and it had article and then div class entry content. So let's go back to that child theme with my ACF. This is the one thing I was kind of concerned about, if article div class entry content. See, that's div class entry hyphen content article. Let's grab all of that. This is something I'm probably going to have to help you with, only because it's done slightly different theme to theme. One of the things we can do is we can look at the CSS just to kind of check that. Okay, there we go. Yep, that's all we need. We needed that bit of code. So you can see the title, there's my numbers for my time. Now I want to go back in there and preface those. So prep time, colon, cooking time, colon, ready in, colon, servings, colon. So there we go. Oh, so something's wrong. I'm missing my prep time. What's prep time? Oh, it's because I have it as pre-time. Prep time, there we go. Okay, so everything's there, all the information's there. Obviously you can style it with CSS the way you want it to be. So again, the process was, let's see, let's find a page here. Okay, so the process was, in my header, just to kind of recap, in my header I'm going to have this line of text, make sure that that's my child theme here, and then my page title there that I want it to be, or my page template name that I want it to be. Once I went into that template, I got rid of the loop that was here in between the main and the close of the main, and I replaced it with this code here. Okay. Now that's going to be dependent, these are very dependent upon what you name your field groups. So you look at your field groups here and the field name. That text there is what's going to go in these areas. So PHP the field, those are bringing those in, and it's bringing in that text right there. Okay, that's how that works. So I lay all this out. I just did simple H2s, H3s, H4s, a little HR to divide it up. See, we have this horizontal rule after each one, dividing those up to make that work, to make that happen. But that's my HTML there. Those are going to feed in. It's going to look for that field description. When you're making field groups, you can only have one named for each thing. Okay. And then on my page editor, as long as I select my template here, I'm going to get these fields. I can put whatever content I want in there. So essentially, I could use this ACF template as my recipe template. I could have a page of recipes. I would do one for each recipe here. Okay, so I hope that helps. I'm sorry that this video was a little scattered. I had a couple interruptions here from my daughters and that, but I think everything's there. Hope you guys are able to follow along. Let me know if you have any questions.